Well, welcome to this kind of tutorial type video. I'm not claiming to know exactly what I'm doing with it, but it's a way that I've found to work. My main purpose with this is to to show how to not only make but also apply a moving border. And this is just how I've done it. But my main intent is to help out Future Instinct because I am creating a moving border for him. He is playing a Dungeons and Dragons playthrough, kind of like a series. I don't know, playthrough. I don't know how you would, whatever. It's a series. So he said like a castle wall with some embers rising and stuff. So what I've done is I took a 4K picture of a wall, cropped it down, darkened it, and we got this. And then I added some green screen effects of some ashes and some embers rising. Adjusted the transparency of them, and now we have this. However, this is full screen, so it's not the actual border. So how would you do that? Well, we are going to add a kind of a green screen effect over it. Now, I did run into some issues as far as like fading in and out, so I have a way of, I think maybe fixing that. Actually, yeah, I know how I'd fix that. But regardless, we just have a green screen kind of cutout that goes over it. And if I play it, you've got that in there. It's moving. And there you are. So I've kind of got that cut out there. And then what I'll do is I'll process this. It'll register, and then we'll come back and overlay it in a video. And this is going to be a very short one because it's fairly easy to do once you've kind of done that. But anyway, so right here we've got just a regular video. I recorded this with Pate Riot last Friday. We played some Catan. I'm gonna have to edit this down and probably add it to something else, but either way, I just figured I'd use that as like a demo kind of thing. So what I would do then is I have these two. Okay, I need to add another track, and this is more so going to end up like being like my own personal preference. But regardless, we've got this right. That's the border, but it's attached to audio. So versus like dragging it over here and cutting out some of the audio, let's just go and remove it from the group. And depending on the software that you use, it could be in unlink, it could be whatever, but I just unlink the audio from the video so that I can delete it. Then I've got video, go over it and extend it to the length, and once it ends the video, it'll just loop again. So you're really just extending the amount of the loop. And then we have this, right? Got the border moving. However, obviously it's green right there. So we go into effects. There is a thing called a chroma keyer. That does is it finds traces of the color that you select through this or finding it there, and then it eliminates it from the video. So if I just eliminate that, it probably would be better to up the threshold a little bit just so there's not like a transparent kind of like, I don't know, thing over it. But anyway, and then so you got that over it, right? There. Now you got your video here. Got a moving border around it. That's very simple to do. Like I said, my main purpose was just to kind of create this, I don't know, a reference point for Future Instinct as he applies this. And as far as, just anybody kind of curious. But with doing it this way, it's not like it fades in and out. I tried making it that way, like to fade on its own, but it won't work like that. So what I would suggest there is taking a blank version of it that does not have the green screen, removing the audio from it, and then laying it over the entirety of this. Because it's the same video, it's going to line up with this. It's just not going to have the green in front of it. So what you can then do is, let's just say, and you can move your video ahead or whatever. Let's move it ahead by 2 seconds. You can then go like this, cut this portion, and make this fade in. And then you go to the end, you can do the same thing. It's probably not going to line up very well now. Or is it? No, the green's still the same, so I was fine in doing that. But anyway, and then you know, you just maybe extend it a little bit more, do the same thing, split, and then you can delete this middle section, and then fade. I'm not doing great at explaining this, but I think it can kind of show what you're doing. So that way, you start off with the image, and then it fades like that, fades into just being the border. Because notice how it lines up still. There, and then it's just the border for your entire video. Get to the end, and obviously, I mean, well, with that, it's like I ended the recording and stuff, but it'll this way fade into, you know, being this. But obviously, with this just being a black screen, you can't see that fully. So, but same thing, you know, and that way it fades in, fades out, and you have a border. Probably the worst tutorial ever, but I think if you kind of see what I was clicking alongside kind of how I was explaining, that it may work. But either way, you know, I'll spend more time doing this kind of thing if you guys want like full kind of tutorials as to how I do stuff. And again, not saying it's the best way, I'm constantly learning more. But yeah, so let me know in the comments, but thanks.